I've been called the calmest man on our block for 20 years, and I never thought much of it until the week I found out exactly what all that calm had been storing up for. I work as a hospice nurse, 2 decades of families screaming at me for news I didn't create. A patient's son once put his fist through a wall a foot from my head. A supervisor half my age once told me I lacked initiative for not pushing families harder. I absorbed all of it quietly. When my nephew totaled my truck at 20, I helped him fill out the accident report and asked if he was okay. I don't raise my voice. I've never needed to. Steady gets more done than loud ever has. My son Theo is 11. He takes after me, unhurried, hard to spook. He started at a new after-school robotics program last spring and lit up over it in a way I hadn't seen since he was small. Then, in September, the light went out. Not all at once. First, he started forgetting his laptop charger for the program twice in 1 week. Then stomach aches every Tuesday, the exact day sessions ran, which I only connected months later and still haven't forgiven myself for missing. He stopped finishing dinner. He started jumping at the sound of his own tablet notifications. My kid, who once calmly corrected a substitute teacher's math on the whiteboard, started asking me to wait in the hallway outside the classroom just in case. We tried gentle conversations. We tried his pediatrician. We tried patience, the ordinary kind. And I watched my son get quieter every week, like he was trying to disappear a little more each session. The night it cracked open, I found him at midnight, sitting against his closet door, deleting something off his tablet with shaking hands. I didn't grab it. I sat down on the floor next to him and stayed there for close to an hour. Then, in a voice that didn't sound like his, he told me about an older student who assisted the instructor, 17, trusted with setup and supply closets. He'd targeted Theo and 2 other younger kids. He took their finished projects and made them do things to get them back. He'd twisted Theo's wrist hard enough to bruise, hidden now under long sleeves for weeks, and he'd recorded the younger kids crying after he cornered them in the supply room, then told them if they ever spoke up, he'd post the videos to the whole school's group chat. He told them nobody would believe a kid over a program assistant. Theo showed me the bruise. He showed me the messages he'd been made to delete, except he hadn't actually deleted them. My quiet, careful boy had been screenshotting everything for weeks, burying the folder 3 layers deep. I thought maybe someone would believe me eventually, he whispered. I told him someone believed him right now. Then I stood up in my dark kitchen and met a version of myself I didn't recognize. Not anger. Anger burns loud and fast and quits. This was cold, methodical, and had no plans to quit. My wife came downstairs, took one look at my face, and just asked what she could do to help. Here's what I didn't do. I didn't drive anywhere that night. I didn't send a message I'd regret explaining later. Here's what I did. By sunrise, every screenshot was backed up in 3 places and printed. By 8, I'd called the other 2 families. Both had noticed the stomach aches. Both broke down on the phone. By 9, we'd filed a joint police report with documentation. An officer called the cleanest file he'd seen all year. By 10, I was standing in front of the program's board, not raising my voice, laying pages across their conference table one at a time, explaining in the same calm tone I use walking families through hard news exactly what happened under their supervision, exactly what the law required them to report, and exactly what came next if this didn't move forward properly. I watched grown adults go pale, the way patients' families do when they realize I already know the diagnosis. The assistant was removed that day and charged within the month. The videos he'd used as threats became the evidence that ended him. The instructor who'd ignored 2 earlier complaints was let go. The program now runs background checks and a mandatory reporting policy. One 3 of us parents wrote and handed them ourselves, because patience was never about waiting. Theo builds again, at a different program with better people. Last week, his team's robot took first in a regional heat, and he looked up into the stands before anything else. Found me there, steady as always. People still call me the calmest man they know. They're right. I just understand now that calm was never the absence of